Article 3. We've got a 500 Carter here. Just came in from PSA, so um, lots of awesome cards to look through. This was shipped off, I think, in November, and it came back April 21st. So that's the timetable on this one. So let's flip it around and take a look at some of these cards. Thanks. All right, we got 500 cards to get through. Let's start it off. The goal for this one will be shoot for an hour 45. We might go over on that, but I'll try my best to keep it in that range. Starting off here with this Breeze 2001. This is Winning Materials combo 750. PSA does grade the thicker stock cards pretty tough, so that's kind of what you expect on a card like that. 91 Bowman Tomei. So there's a 9 and a 10 here. To me, they look the same. You guys can be the judge on that. These are both pack pulled. They looked clean. So you're going to spend 50 on that and about 10 bucks on the right one. So, I mean, you have to decide for yourself, is this label worth 40 extra dollars? And if it is, then you buy that one. If not, you buy 5 of that one. I would take 5 of the 9, but I think the investor would want the 10. Here's Bagwell 9. So there's, you know, the key rookies from this 91 Bowman set. I think this set is just so awesome, you know. And you know, a PSA 10 in this is probably worth 30 or 40 bucks, but it's all about the hunt. Buying the packs, opening the packs, finding the clean cards, sending them in, waiting 5 or 6 months and getting them back. It's a process, but it's fun. Or I guess I wouldn't do it. Here's Pudge. That one might be top to bottom. I mean, I can understand on a lot of these. I'm not going to sit here and complain about 9s because there's probably 10s that shouldn't be 10s in here as well. So I think it does even out. But I do think the 9.5 Mint Plus is pretty necessary. So many tweeners out there. Here's a Mint 9 Moss. The draft picks. I feel like there's 2 or 3 of these in every bulk order, but it's a card I enjoy, and you can buy them raw for about 5 bucks shipped. So it's a good card to include in these types of orders. Here's a Bowman, the 2003 Bowman. Of course, all of LeBron stuff has shot up in price, and this is no exception. But an 8, this one looks like a really strong 8, so this might be a snap can and send over to SGC and just kind of get a second opinion, because these are just PSA's opinions on this particular day by whatever grader looked at them. So here's a Tops Breeze and an 8. Here is Electric Court Durant. I guess it's the Electric Court Gold, kind of like the Electric Diamond that Upper Deck had for baseball in the 90s. That got an 8. That's got, it's a little off-centered, and it's got those gold borders, little chipping on that. This looks like a strong 8. You know, there's a little white going on, but I think it looks like an awesome 8. So that scratch in the sticker might have hurt it too. But I think I'll put that in the store. I might auction that, and somebody's going to get an awesome card. Torrey Holt Tops, base Tops Torrey Holt. This is a pack pull. Sometimes the cards get pushed off to the side too much, so you can't tell the right to left is good. But that one got a 9. I was thinking 10 on this one when I sent it in. It's about $1 card raw, but here's a 10 on the Lebron. This might be the best card in the order, because I mean, when I sent this card in, I think there's a few of these in this order. They were about $60 raw. That's what I bought them for, and I always thought, you know, this card for 60 bucks is pretty ridiculous, so I just bought them. This one's clean. It looked really good. I sent it in. I got a 10. So this card's probably over 1,000 now. The Star Rookie, Neon Green Pulsar. This is, I believe, it's a Walmart exclusive type of box. So Saquon Barkley. Not sure the print on that one either. Here's another star rookie LeBron. And this is probably in my top 3 to top 5 LeBron rookie cards. This particular card. Fabulous. Svechnikov doesn't get the hobby respect or attention that he probably deserves, being a 20-year-old point-per-game player, but he does play for Carolina, so not the publicity or hype of some of the other NHL franchises, but this is the retro design, so it's kind of a tribute to the older look, and it's out of 149 instead of the other ones, which are the base ones that are out of 99, which are the highly sought-after cards in the hockey hobby. Here's Mays in a 5, 69 Tops Mays in a 5. It looks pretty good. Strong colors. I think the back almost looks like it could have been an ST stain designation on the label, but they didn't do it. Stadium Club Chrome Berry in a 9. This is, a low-end $1 or $2 card, so you're kind of looking for 10s when you send stuff like this in, but 9's okay too. Here's a Spectrum FX. This is kind of a tougher insert to pull from SB Authentic of Elias Pettersson. So an 8 on this one. Tougher to grade with the foil. But as I've said in previous orders over and over, I send a lot of cards in that I now have 0% chance at a 9 or a 10. I send cards in just to get 8 sometimes, just to get them slabbed. So this is filth. Here's the Upper Deck MVP LeBron in a 10. And this card shot up too. I think it was about 25 to 30 raw, and now it's about 85. So it's tripled in value. Here is a Young Guns of Pettersson in a 10. Not overly difficult to grade these Young Guns. Most of them, not most, but I'd say about half of them come out of the pack probably in gem mint shape. It's probably about a half and half. Here's some 90 Jordan Fleers. That's such a cool card with the photo, but broke a box and I got 2 that looked decent, so I sent them in for the hell of it. I got a 9 and an 8. It's probably the centering is a little off. I do have an SGC 10 at home with this, so I'll have to bring them home and compare the 9 and the 8 to the 10 and see what the difference is. Here's an Arias Wave of the Future, David Ortiz rookie. Really, really cool card. Flair started the Wave of the Futures in '93. There's actually a LeBron Wave of the Future from 2003, which is an awesome card. Here's a 92 Skybox Jordan. So tough to get 10s on these Jordans. Ovation to 2000. That's cool. This is the Ovation base Ichiro rookie in a 10. We've got Maddox. Little retro wax. It's a 9. That was a pack pull when I broke a box of that stuff. Here's Champ Bagley. His Future Watch, of course, he's in the Hall of Fame now, but here's his Future Watch rookie in an 8. Some Star Rookie Brady, so here's a 9. That's fabulous. So let's take a closer look. Could this be a 10 on a different day? That's kind of what I always like to examine. Yeah. It's a fantastic card. Essentially, there's no white on the front. So that's a really good 9. Here's a Fleer Jordan. There's 9s that look like 10s, and then there's 9s that look like 8s. So you got to take that into consideration. Here's an 8.5. This 8.5 doesn't look as good as a 9 because it's got that white sliver right there. You see that? So I guess that's why you're paying a somewhat of a premium jumping from an 8.5 to a 9, and then of course you pay for the huge premium when you jump to a 10 in PSA. And you know, a lot of times there is a difference in the card, but I think a lot of times you're just paying for a label. Here's your Prospects Chrome Tatis in a 10. Low end stuff. This is the modern stuff that a lot of people send in. I think that's why PSA is so backed up. They're getting this stuff that's kind of like a tenor bust for collectors. They send it in and get 9s sometimes and whine about the 9s. Here's a 10 on Darnold. Vizquel. This is a rookie. I don't think it has much value though, but I got it in a pack and I was like, oh, it looks centered, it looks decent, so let's just send it in. This is pretty bad. These next two are pretty bad. Robert Chrome top 100 in a 9, and then this Tatis is an 8. That's probably a low pop 8. Could be the centering, I don't know. One of the cooler cards in the order, the Vic. SPX Blue to 250. It's in one of these thicker holders. Sometimes they choose. This is like a 55-point card, so you could easily fit it in one of the thinner holders. But I think they just grab a case, whatever's on hand at the time. David Ortiz. This is the 97 Fleer base rookie, and this got a 10. This is a product that I want to break. I broke a Series 1 the other day, and I think, you know, it's a lot more expensive to break Series 2 because he's in it. But cool to get a 10 on that one. And then here's a second year David Ortiz. Donruss signature in an 8. And that is, I believe, yeah, it's on card. Don't know the print on this one, but I think there is a stated print. It's just not numbered on the card. It's probably 1,000 or something. Moving on. This is neat. Thicker card. Ultimate Introductions Onyx Black. Pedersen in a 10. It's a cool card. We got some junk wax. Griffey's coming up. Here's 92 score. That's a 10. Probably from a pack. This is a neat one. This is Tops Traded 2001 with Pujols and Ichiro, mint 9. Tougher set, of course, with this green. It just chips up. Here's an XRC of Kyler in a 9. That's Select 2018. These were offered as redemptions. I'm guessing this was put in the pack as QB1, the first QB drafted. And of course, he was first pick, so you send that in and they'll send you this Kyler. So there's a 9 on that one. It's probably got some scratching on it. Aurora. This one is centered fab really good. Yeah, it's centered really good. It's got a little corner's not perfect, so I totally get the 9. I think it's fair grade. Tyreek Hill. This is the Blue Wave. 149 on the Blue Waves. And that's a 9. 2016 Prism football and 2017. The quality control was excellent, so they're a little easier to grade than newer Prism footballs. Alonzo, it's got a bad corner, so it's more like a 9, but they gave it a 10. I'm always calling out my own cards. We got to be honest with the grade, with the condition of the card matching the label. Kind of boring, that card. This is the Stadium Club SP. Maybe 1 in 3 boxes hobby. With the weird skull cap and a 10. This is nice. When I sent it off, this card was like 40 bucks maybe. I think it's a lot more now. But this is the neon green, which are in the Walmart exclusive boxes. So Lamar in a 10. Reggie White. this set's so intriguing to me, trying to buy these raw, but I mean, it's so tough, guys. So an 8's pretty good, actually. And this copy looks solid. You know, I sent in a one of these to SGC, and I thought it was a 9, and it came back an 8. So we'll keep trying on those. You know, there's the Steve Young, the Reggie White, and the Jerry Rice. Here's the SP Vlad. I think this is a big card now. These really aren't that tough to pull. I feel like I pull one like every other box when I open a hobby box of that stuff. This is kind of for, I think a certain collector would love this card in a 10. But I got it in a pack, and growing up as a kid, I liked watching All Star, so I sent it in. It's cool it got a 10. Here's the Frank Thomas. In the past, this has kind of been one that gets a 9 most of the time, but they decided 10 on this one. Here's a Lindor. This is the base. Of course, there's the sparkle one with that little star by his glove, which is pretty tough to pull. But this is the base one in a 10. Fleer Griffey, and that one's centered, so probably keep this one in the PC for a while. Top to bottom's off. That's probably why it got a 9. See how that top to bottom is almost like 85-15. This is a good copy. So if this was centered better, I'm almost positive this would be a 10. But I think it's accurately graded. And that's kind of all I'm looking for with PSA or SGC. Just accurate grades, high, low, whatever. Whatever the cards are. Tops Lebron. See that? Look at that top to bottom. This could almost be 8-5-8 territory. So I'll probably sell this one. But the rest of the card is probably, you know, the corners and everything else is probably really nice. But this card shot up. I think that's like a $700 card now. When I sent that off raw, that LeBron was under 100. It was like 90 bucks. Jeter Tops. I don't think I've ever gotten a 10 in this. Maybe one out of probably 20 or 25. But here's a 9 in the 93 Tops. And Pujols. This is a neat one. This is Tops Chrome Traded. Mint 9. And Torrey Holt Tops. Just your base Tops Holt and a 9. Continuing on. That is a pack pulled Michael Jordan. That's 1991 Fleer. So I did break some boxes of this stuff, and you know I enjoyed the break. And it's probably the top to bottom. See how that red sticker on the bottom? Yeah, that makes sense. Here's Lamar Jackson. This is a whirl. So I mean, this is unparalleled. This isn't a product for everybody. 3 of 50, shiny product. I don't know. There's a lot of people that probably love that product though. Retro Wax. Your Griffey Jr. Ultra 91. Decent photograph on that one. That one got a 9. Here's a Puckett Bowman in a 10. That's cool. Love Kirby Puckett cards. '93 Donruss Pedro. So I'm going to call it a second year Pedro. I kind of consider the 91 Pedros his XRCs because he's only got like the Upper Deck Final Edition and some minor league cards. And then 92, you know, he's got the Upper Deck. He's got Bowman, of course. Donruss, the rookies. He's just got more stuff in 92. So, Rifleman. low end score insert from 91. I mean, these are all pack pulled. That's why it's fun. I mean, you have to sift through a lot of boxes of this stuff to find copies that are even worthy to send in. It's all about the hunt. There's a Donnie baseball. I actually sold one of these in the store earlier this year for like 30, 35 bucks. So I might put this one in the store too. 1990 Fleer Pippin and a 9. Love the design on 1990 Fleer. Gorgeous. Here's a Brett. 1990 Fleer Brett. He's pretty notorious for the huge chews. So there's a fatty in there. And that cheek. A couple of these, I'm not sure. These were the cleaner copies from the box I broke. Probably like something small on these 9s. So Piazza and Chipper. A couple players that I like to collect. This is a 50 Point Club. Not really a huge fan of this card, so I'll probably put it in auction tonight. But someone will love a 10 of this one. It's probably worth 30 bucks or so. Let's push this over here. Bowman Frank Thomas and a 10. That's beautiful. Maddox PSA 9. That's 1992 Donruss. I actually love that set. 92, 93 Donruss. I love both of those. 91. Not a huge fan of 91. Here's a McGuire 89 Bowman. So if you're sending in cards like this, you're getting pretty confident. Here's a Walter. Broke a box of this 87 Tops. Got Walter. Pulled some Cunninghams, Fluties, and Jim Kelly. But I don't think they're in this order because they weren't in good enough shape. Here's a Rose. This got a 6. I thought it looked like a 4.5. I guess maybe a 5 on a good day, but they gave it a 6. So decent right to left centering though. So I'll put this one in the store. This is probably 250, 300 card like this. Got some showcase edges. Newly inducted, right? He hasn't been added to the Hall yet. That'll be this August, but he's slated to be in the Hall of Fame soon. There's a couple of showcases out of 1999 and 10s. And I believe this set's really tough, so I just came across 2 clean copies randomly. Tomei, that's the Upper Deck Final Edition, the set I was talking about with Pedro. And Tomei in a 10. That set can be somewhat deceptive because the cardstock's so thin. You can have a lot of minor issues that you won't really notice, but they will take away from the technical grade. Rookie Focus, Josh Jacobs. I don't buy a lot of 2019 football. I don't know why. This is sweet. Look at the patch on that. So I do believe eventually he will get in the Hall of Fame. He was pretty dominant for about 7 seasons. So that's the his RPA from 07 Spa. Here's Acuna and Albies. This is the Archives. It's kind of a neat card. It's a throwback to the 81 design. The Tim Raines rookie is what it makes me think of. Here's the Gleiber Archives. It's actually a neat looking card. Tops did a good job with this. Okay, so these are tough. These silvers, you get 1 per hobby box, and they're not inserted into the retail in this year's product. So this one's got an estimated print around 200. So Saquon silver in a 9. Nice shine on that. 98 Tops Clemens in a 9. Albie's Archives. That's base. Pointing. This is an 8. This is Vlad Jr. from 19 Update. This would be the SP. There's also an SSP, which is a horizontal card. He's standing in the dugout. Here's your pink Prism. These are from retail boxes, I believe. I want to say Target boxes, but I could be wrong on that. So pink Prism Lamar in a 9. This set's somewhat tough. Just 2018 to 2017 Prism. The quality control slipped at Panini. And then 2016 is really good too. Here's a Keston purple. That is Heritage High Number. Fred Taylor Finest. That's a beautiful looking set. We've got Pete Alonso. This could have been from a pack. Actually, I don't think it is because the one I pulled had a bad corner. So this is just one I bought raw, I guess. That's got a 10. And these aren't graded too strictly. I've sent in copies with like surface scratches and they get 10, so I don't know. Your chrome, that is the Refractor, $4.99 on this puppy. Oh yeah, it's on the front. There it is. Tatis. It's Pasternak. The Young Guns in a 9. A nice clean 9. Okay, I bought some sets of this stuff, the 86 Tops Traded, and just kind of pulled some of the better cards out. I mean, look at the centering on that. The right to left, 50-50. Top to bottom, it might be just a sliver off, but a Seaver with the, they airbrushed the cap on there. Here's a bird. This is cool. Probably not worth much, but still cool to pull it. 92 Skybox. I like these old basketball sets. Skybox hoops, Fleer, of course. Here's a Soto 2018 Bowman Prospects Chrome in a 10. Looks like a picture from spring training. Here's Saquon. That's a 10. Fleer Update Bond's got an 8, so a little shabby there. Usually looking for consistent 9s with some 10s here and there with this set. And Luis Robert Prospects Chrome Base in a 10. All right, a couple thickers. This is cool. Miro Heiskanen, though, this is the 2018 SPX, but it's kind of a throwback to the 2008. It's the retro. I actually like how they did that. But Heiskanen, and that one's numbered to 99. From a pack, I think. Yeah, this was pulled from a pack. I thought it looked like a 9, so I sent it in. That's the Phenoms out of 25. PSA 9. We've got Lamar Jackson, Rookie Gridiron Kings. All right, here's an update Bonds. And this one is, yeah. This is a 9. Your Emmitt Smith, 1999 Bowman base and a 10. Alright, it's going to get kind of monotonous, but some Tatises. So, paper Tatises. 9. Here's a 10. I think there's still somewhat of a tougher set, too. A couple more 9s. A 9, and there's a 10 in that one. So these are tougher to grade than the chromes because the paper stock's so thin and there's a lot of chipping on these black edges. Yeah, it's probably centering on that one. There's a 10, so this is cool. Emmett Smith, that's a Fleer Update rookie and a 9. That thing is centered nicely. Beautiful centering. That's gorgeous. Peyton Manning, Bowman's Best base in a 10. Nice photo, nice design. Kind of reminds me of Topps Finest. Here's some vintage. 61 Topps Mantle and a 5. The surface on this is gorgeous. Of course, the centering is not, but that's why it's a 5 and not like a 7 or 8. Beautiful. I might keep this one just because that surface is so vibrant and bold. This will be an 8 or a 9. Yeah, these are impossible. McGuire Donruss rookie, the rated rookie. Mid 9 on that one. And another 9. This is cool. Disco Prism. Lamar. Cool shine on that one. Here's a Kobe Bryant Best, Bowman's Best rookie. And some more vintage. Here's a 59 Topps Mantle and a 3. Let's look at the centering. That's what I was looking for first. It's pretty good on this one. For a 3, yeah. Probably keep this one too. And I think it's accurately graded. These corners are rough. So, moving on. Let's do this box. Alright, Peterson, so thicker card here. Rookie Gridiron Gems from Gridiron Gear. Nice swatch on that. Solid grade for a thick card. So, mid 9 on that. We've got a Bowman Peyton and a 9. Looks little dust particles on it. Patrick Waugh Topps rookie in a 7. Respectable. Looks like an actual catcher's mitt. This is sick. So Upper Deck Pujols in a 10 star rookie. It's gorgeous. And then this is beautiful as well. Fleer Glossy Griffey rookie. Roddies go for about 40 bucks, so it's a perfect fit for a bulk order like this. And this one's, the front of this card's awesome. It looks like a 10 on the front. I'm thinking it's a 9 because of the top to bottom on the back. I can't remember what the number is that they accept on the back. It might be like 80-20 or something, but the top to bottom, I was comparing it to some of the 10s, and it's just, it's not as good. So I'd say they got this one right. That's the thing with grading, whether it be PSA or SGC. It's not really that you favor one company. You just want the cards graded accurately, period, and that's it. And as long as they're graded accurately, I don't care, you know. I like both companies for different cards. If that makes sense. Here's Bowman Verlander, 9 on that. And then there's some Sean Kemps in here. There was another one. Yeah, there's 2 of these Sean Kemp rookies from my box. Probably broke a couple of these. I thought there's a Jordan in here. I think I already showed it, but a couple 9 Kemps. That's an awesome photo for a rookie card too. So here's a Sosa Bowman. His skin's a lot more white now, so I don't know what's going on with that. Cool Jordan. I'm going to keep this one in the PSC since I pulled it. And it's an absolute blazer. Doesn't really have any chipping at all. So mint 9 Jordan. More retro 91 Bowman Nolan Ryan. That's sick. It's a neat photo towards the end of his career. Right, a couple years before the Robin Ventura incident. I think the Robin Ventura was 93 or 92. Tony Gwynn. Love Gwynn cards. So a dead centered 9 with no chipping. Here's a 4 on the 67 Tops Mantle. Probably not my favorite Mantle. Here's a Tatis. This one has chipping on the edge, so it looks like a 9 to me. This one got a 10. That's, of course, the Series 2. And this card's starting to gain some value, even raw. It's around $15 raw right now. I think when it came out, it was like 5 to 7. So, I mean, it's a modest climb, but it is something to note on a card with as many copies printed of that. This is sick. So, of course, if you have the Brady and a 9 of this, you're over 100,000. But Jamal, you might be around $100. But he's a 10K back, and he also had a 2,000-yard season. So I was always a collector of Jamal. He's a good player. Here is your 92 Upper Deck. This card's so cool. I remember getting this in packs as a kid, and just the way they did that was just neat to me. I hadn't seen that done before. Couple 1990 Fleers. It's like in an empty ballpark. Not sure what ballpark that is, though. Somebody probably knows that. That's cool. A couple 10s on those. Did I show that 10? There's a 10. A couple 10s. And did well on this, too. So did well in the 1990s. Thinking about doing an all Ken Griffey Jr. order with PSA or SGC. I think it'd be fun. Various years, of course. 87 to 99, mainly. And here's a leaf, pack full leaf. So this will go into the PC, and I'll probably sell the copy that I had since I didn't pull it. I'm biased towards the cards I pull. But I always look at the card too to make sure it matches the grade. I won't keep it if it doesn't. Like if I go online and buy a PSA 10 and I get it in, it looks like an 8.5 or 9, I just sell it. Let me fix my mic. I gotta buy another Xbox headset for these. It's dorky, but it works. Steven Jackson, this is the Fleer Hot Prospects patch. Look at the patch on that. It's sick. 300. Sotos. So here's the update. US 300, so 9 to 10. You know, you're expecting 9s and 10s on these. I think most people would want a 10. It's probably, I bet the 10s are 5 times more valuable or somewhere in that range. So here's some more of this one. Here's a 9 and a 10. Here's a couple more of the Soto update. Couple 10s, so 4 10s, 2 9s, I think. Pretty good. This is shabby. Rogers Tops. And I looked this one over off camera. I couldn't figure it out. Maybe the top to bottom. Sometimes PSA freaks out on stuff like that. This is neat. Score traded. So this one hasn't jumped up yet. We've seen the Fleer and Tops traded both jump up in 10. So I'm sure the score is next. But it's a neat one. It's a box set. Circa Boss from 96. Just a cool insert and an 8.5. I think there's a couple more of these. Let's just put them together. Yeah. 89 scores. Mid 9s. Respectable. Alright, we got a bunch of Barry Tops tradeds. First we'll do this Brett. So here's a Brett and a 4. And that's, I think they did a good job with this one. It's almost got a crease there. Mangled corners. But it is centered. It's kind of tilted though. See that? Like I'm holding it dead on straight and it's tilting that. It's like this. My hand's all messed up. Okay. Here's some Barry Tops traded. So I was going for 9s and 10s on these. Periodically I buy lots of, 10 to 50 of these and then just kind of sift through them. There's a lot there in the 7 to 8 range, so you gotta go through them pretty good to find the hidden gems, but they're in there. Here's a 9, another 9, and it's probably the right to left. I thought there was a 10 in here. Yeah, there's 110. It looks just like the 9s. This one's off top to bottom, so I mean, they might just randomly toss a 10 in here and there. And then here's a 9, so Barry Sanders Tops traded. And then let's do these couple Gwynns. So, of course, this is a huge card in a 10. I think it's around 1,000, but could be a pop control. Gwynn 8, and then this is a nice copy. So this one got a 9. Your centering's 55-45 right to left. Top to bottom is almost 50-50. It's got one corner that's not perfect, so I think it's graded accurately. Fits all the specifications of a 9 as we move on. Next up. Decent patch on that one. But Rasmus Dahlin. It's Ultimate Debut Threads patch to 99. Kyle Tucker. 2019 Tops. That's your base. Here's a Mahomes Donruss rated rookie. And a mid 9. Sosa Leaf. This was probably from one of my box openings in a 9. This is somewhat of a short print. This is the Prestige Frank Gore from 2005 in the Miami uniform there. Some Vlad Juniors. Here's the Stadium Club. Not the best photo. They could have chosen a better photo. It's got like some debris underneath the label. 10 on that one. Here's Vlad Senior. This is like the SP, not the SSP, from 2019 Tops. David Ortiz, same thing, 2019 Tops. This would be Series 2. That last one was as well. Showing the rings, I believe. Here's a neat one. Sign of the Time, Steven Jackson, 2004. It is on card from SP Authentic. And that's a mint 9. Here's the same deal 1 year later. Here's the Frank Gore. Actually, excuse me, this is Scripts for Success, but it's also an SP Authentic Auto rookie insert. And this one got a 10. Here's a Moncada update. 2017 update, glove close. That's the way PSA describes it. 10 on that. Another Stadium Club. That would be the base 2019 Topps Series 1 Trout Leaping. Actually, a really cool photo for just a base card. So that one got a 10. Here's a cool Frank Thomas score rookie in a 9. Kamara, Prism base rookie with the silver shine. Here's some more of these Mahomes rated rookies. For the most part, I usually get 8s on these, or excuse me, 9s, but this one got an 8. And then I think the back one got a 9. And I think these are probably accurately graded, because on the back here, almost every copy I've ever come across just has white on the corners. So this would be one that I might consider paying a premium for a 10, because there's a discernible difference between 9s and 10s. Sets where there's not really, I'm not apt to do that. Here's your Moncada update again. There's 2 of these. Kind of weird how they're out of order. But here's the Moncada, and then coming up now we have a Jamal Charles card. That's Contenders 2008, the rookie ticket auto. And there isn't a stated print run on this one, so it's not one of the lower printed ones. Kyle Tucker again, and that one got a 10. All right, next box. That's a Vlad Heritage high number. They don't put the high number on there. And that's a PSA 10 on that one. Flip these around. Vic. It's your SPX Gold. I think we had a 10 in this before in this order. Here's an 8 on the gold though. It looks pretty accurate. It's got some chipping. That edge is kind of rough too. See that edge underneath the QB? Yeah. So looks like an 8 to me. Fitzgerald. That's a really good one. That's Bowman 2004. I might have a couple of these in the store, but retro wax. Team leaders insert, dead centered with no chipping, 9. So there you go. Here's a Machado 2010 Bowman Chrome Draft. Freddy Freeman, that's the 2011 Topps. Base rookie. Here's an 83 Donruss Gwynn. This is about what I get on these most of the time. And that one's off-centered, so I don't think it should be a 10 at all. Here's a Tom Brady Ultra 2000. Respectable 8 on this one. This is a tough set. I got this in a pack. Tim Tebow. Bowman Chrome Prospects. He looks really big for a baseball player. Where do they have his weight at? 245. Lynch. This is cool. 2007 Contenders. It's a rookie ticket auto. Possible trip to Canton for him later. We'll kind of see how that plays out. I think he's on the fringe. Some more. This is the pink auto. This is, I believe, a retail exclusive type of box, maybe like a mega box or something, where you pull one pink autograph per box. That's what this came out of. This is sweet. So yeah, this one came in and it looked kind of rough. So an 8's not what you're looking for on Prism 17 football cards, but it is more about how valuable or how rare the card is as opposed to the grade on this one. So these have a stated print run of around 5 or 6, so they're not numbered. So I don't know how accurate that really is. Here's some Barry scores coming up. So an 8 on the first one. And a second 8. And yeah, these both just aren't centered too well, so I've really focused in on centering, so I probably wouldn't send these in if I was doing this today. This order was shipped in November. Let's see. Tops gold. And this could definitely be a population control card. This Tops gold Jeter. I mean, I think. So there's a 9. And that one is centered. Beautiful. And here's an 8. Bowman Chrome Peterson autograph in a 9. Right to left's off. This is actually pretty respectable for this card. These chip very easily, especially with this black on the back. So 8 of 50. This is the Rookie of the Year auto of Vic. So crazy low print run. And an 8. This is the neon green pulsar. I think these come out of retails as well. And junk wax, 1990 Fleer Derek Thomas in a 10. Okay. Moving on. That's awesome. So that is the Ultimate Collection 2018 Carter Hart. That's out of 49 there. Awesome swatch on there too. So probably keep this one. Bregman, this is the update base rookie debut from 2017. That's a 10. Upper Deck Encore Constant Threat Moss, 9. Couple of these, I'm not sure what I messed up with these. This set should usually be like an automatic 10, so this is the 2018 Bowman. The Prospects Chrome. Pete Alonso, couple 9s. Judge, second year, the Rookie Cup Future Stars. Just a cool card because of those 2 additions to the card. Pretty good grade here. There's something in the back right there. That's in every card. I think it's like some type of tower. But this is the when I first started buying these cards, I wasn't sure if that was like a defect, but it's in all of them. So Robin Yount 7, classic rookie card there. Okay, so this Ultra Brady, this is a really good grade for this one, a 9. '64 Mantle, and I'll probably keep this one because it's centered pretty well right to left. You know, it's got, if you look at the corners, it's got 3 corners for sure, but still decent eye appeal for a 3 and good centering. Rookie introduction, Saquon Barkley, just a low-end insert 10. Here's a Devers paper. That's 2014 Bowman draft. Love this one. This is just an awesome photo. Cool set too. These are available in boxed sets. I actually bought one the other day just to flip through, find some cards to send off. So here's the baseball's best Griffey in a 9. Chipper, that's a 92 Classic best. Durham Bulls, which I believe was the AAA affiliate for the Braves back then. This is a neat one. It's got some corners that aren't that great. So Elite Series Griffey out of 10K in an 8. Crazy shine too though. '90 Classic Series 3. Okay, what do we got here? A couple of these Pete Alonsos. Okay, so here's some 10s on this one. And then I think there's an 8 sprinkled in, which is kind of weird for this set. There's a couple more. There's a 9 right there. And another 9. And an 8, so I don't know. It's got to be centering, right? Who knows? What's next? Phillip Rivers Hot Prospects 2004. Nice patch on that one. Tougher, thick card. It's in that thicker slab. I think PSA grades these thick cards too tough. It seems they get hammered quite easily. Upper Deck Encore 9. This is a nice Peyton. I'm actually a bigger fan of just the normal Upper Deck, but the Encore is okay. There's a 9 on Manning. This one was, I think it had a bad corner. Yeah, I was hoping for a 9, and then it was scratched too, but it got a 10, so that's why I won't pay up for PSA 10s of Prism stuff, because I've seen what can happen with these cards. So there's a 10 on the gold. Bellinger. I think there's a couple of these, so I think these are 2 of the nicer ones I came across. I think this set is somewhat deceptive and tough. Of course, your thin paper card stock, a lot of little just dings and small issues that, you know, if I was grading, they wouldn't be 10s. Showcase McDavid from 15. That's out of 6.99. That's a 9. Collector's Choice Ray Lewis, mint 9. And then we saw a couple of these earlier in the order. Oh, that's awesome. And here's another Lebron Upper Deck Star Rookie. Here's the 9. So back when I sent these in, this was about a $50 to $60 card. And of course, it's jumped up a lot. Here's Ed Reed. Here's the Score Rookie. I was looking for 9s and maybe a 10 here and there, so 9 and an 8.5. So nothing too great with those 2. Here's a Ray Lewis Proline Series 2 Intense. Kind of an interesting rookie. This one got a 9, so I must have... Oh, yeah, I bought a couple lots. I bought a Ray Lewis lot and Ed Reed lot and just looked for slab cans, and it was tough to find any. But here's a Tops one I thought looked pretty good. Most of the ones I came across were like 7s and 8s. Here's the Reed Flagship Tops. I think this is worth a pretty good amount in a 10. Frank Gore, that's a cool photo. Star Rookie 2005. It's a mint 9 on that one. Some retro. Ricky Henderson 93 Leaf. Card like this is worth, I don't know, 10 cents raw. But in a 10 to the right person, this could be like 20, 25 bucks. And then if it were to get a 9, it's probably worth 5. So that's kind of the way I look at it sometimes. It's a 92 Fleer Pippin in a 9. Some Fred Taylor Finest. So here's a 9 on the Finest, which this set's pretty easy. This probably has a pop of 70% or so. And then here's a 10 on this one. Cool photo here. Your 93 Tops base Ripken. Not sure if it's off centered. It looks maybe right to left. Piazza Tops Chrome Refractor. This one's an 8. And Peterson base Bowman Chrome Rookie in a 10. Okay, Alvarez, Upper Deck Minor League. The Corpus Christi Hooks card. There's a 10 and there's a 9. Here's Tatis, top 100. So this is kind of the modern stuff. This is a lot of the PSA submission reveals online. You'll see stuff like this, which it's cool in its own right. I just think the older stuff's more exciting. This stuff's a lot easier to grade. The other stuff's a lot more of a challenge. So here's some 10s on the Finest Alonzos. I mean, this is like a 90 to 95% pop card, so not really too much to see there. This is pretty bad though. This Leaf Chipper is an 8. But the thing with grading this modern is, I mean, if you're doing it to resell, I mean, I don't know if you got this card for $3, $5, you get it at 10 and you sell it for 25. I mean, it's a small profit, but it's a profit for you after fees. So here's Tim Raines Donruss in an 8. I was thinking this would get a 9, so maybe it's tilted. That's a cool card with the Expos hat and the afro puffin though. These will be 9s, I think. Here's Tops Traded Bonds. Here's a 9. This is a tough one. This one got a 10. So it is centered right to left, 50-50. It's got, look at that corner. If I was grading it, it'd be 9.5. So, I mean, that's the thing with these cards. So just, if you're buying as a collector, I would get your card in and then look it over, because this one got a 9. Let's look at the corner on that one. Nothing. So to me, this 9 looks better than the 10, and this 9's worth 15, and the 10's worth what, 10 times as much, 150, 120 bucks. So pretty much the same card. I think the 9's nicer. If you if you're just looking at the card, the actual card of the 9 is probably a nicer card. This has the 10 label, of course, so this will sell for more, but that's something I really stress as a collector. If you're just an investor, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. You're just buying labels and selling labels. It doesn't seem fun to me, but everybody should do what they want to do. Here's Pan Am Team USA Red. Frank Thomas. This is kind of a weird photo because it's black and white. Here's some Leafs. So this card's exploded. And this, it's probably, I don't think I'm going to get a 10 in here just because 10s have probably been closed down. And that could cause the jump we're seeing. So here's an Upper Deck, Heiskanen, Young Guns. Probably a bunch of 9s and 8s for the Thomas Leafs, but we'll sift through them. This is a good grade for a sweet spot. This is a sweet spot gold tier 1 Rivers to 100. Otto on the helmet. I always thought these cards were awesome. There is sweet shot in basketball. This is sweet spot. Pretty interesting little card there. And the 9's really good. So here's the Leaf Thomases. Here's your 9. Just a fantastic card. I mean, this is right there with the star rookie for me in terms of iconic nostalgia cards that I recall from a time when I was a kid. Here's a 9. I mean, I just put a 10 in my store that I had in my PC just sitting there, and I looked it over and I was like, God, it looks like a 9. Here's a 9. So yeah, these were cleaner copies that I came across, and I just put them all together. It's really not the toughest set out there. Here's a 9. I'm just laughing. And another 9. So I mean, this is a card I would send to SGC currently. But this was before I sent these types of cards to SGC. And here's another 9. So you guys kind of get the picture there. All right, continuing on. That's a cool little Lamar Jackson rookie focus. PSA 9 on the Hyper Patch, 25. Here's some vintage. That's cool. 67 Tops Maze in a 3. Decent centering. Top to bottom is pretty bad, but the right to left's not horrible. So Maze. Here's some Tops Crumbs from 2019. I think I just got these in a couple boxes I opened. So there's Tatis, Alonso, and Vlad Jr. Y 11, there's 2 of these. It's about what I thought they'd get. This is also an incredibly cheap card for a Hall of Famer. Just doesn't have the hobby following. So Bly 11 5s. Pete Rose in a 4. Kind of shoddy right to left center. Almost looks miscut. So here's some retro wax. There's a Ray Lewis PSA 10 99 Bowman base. This is SP Game Used Edition 425 Rivers. Nice set. I think this came out summer of 2004. Hence the college uniforms with the pro logos. I know Donruss Elite was always a midsummer release back then. Here's Upper Deck Vintage Breeze 2001. Pedro, very underrated card in the hobby. Not sure what 10s go for, but I know the price isn't really that high for the caliber of pitcher Pedro was, and it's a pretty iconic set, the 92 Bowman. So here's a Sandberg 83 Fleer, solid mint 9 on this one. Right to left, sitting about 65-35. Okay, this is from a box, so I don't really know what I'm missing on these Fleers. I mean, this is an extremely low-end card. So Larry Bird 9 and then Barkley 9. So let's take a closer look at these. It might be the top to bottom. See how that red is a little thicker on the bottom there? Yeah, it's probably that. And that one too, so it's probably something that simple. That's on the submitter. Flair Pedro with the Jerry curl. Kind of an interesting hairdo. Looks like Pascual Perez's from back in the day. This is cool. I've actually sold a couple of these in the store before. These 92 Tops Bonds in 10s. I think I got like $35 for them. That case has a scuff on it. But it just kind of shows you the value of these retro wax stars if they're graded right. 1 and 2, you find the right buyer. A lot of them I don't sell though. Just kind of depends on the card. Peyton Manning, this is the 99 Bowman, second year. Just says base in a 10. Here's the Stardate 2001 Moss in a 9. And then we're going to go to 94 Flair for another Pedro. And this one got a 10, so this is probably a $20, $30 card right here. And raw, it's about a quarter, 25, 50 cents, I'd say. It's crazy, the premium. That's solid for this set. SP Game Use 2001 Breeze. That's out of 500, and that is a mint 9. It's in that thicker holder. I actually like this holder. Feels good. Sub-Zero variation, Pedersen for the Canucks. That one is not numbered, but a PSA 10 on this one. Donruss Griffeys. Here's a couple coming up. I'm sure these will be 9s. I don't know if 10s have been turned off on these. I'm not saying these cards are perfect and they deserve 10s. Like, this one definitely doesn't. It's all centered right to left. This one's really nice. But since there's no 9.5, you know, it's either a 9 or a 10. It's kind of like a judgment call. So if it's extremely close and they decide 9, then your card's worth 20 instead of 300. It's just kind of all or nothing with PSA. 87 Fleer Bonds and an 8. I think that's the top to bottom. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I shouldn't have set that one. And see how there's not much blue on that bottom? That's my fault. Donruss Bonds. Extremely, extremely tough set. Top to bottom again. Check your side baseball. See how there's more baseball showing on this side than that side. So the right to left slightly off too. This is a good one. So we saw the Moss. Here's the Manning Stardate 2001 from EX. That's a 10. Here's the correct photo. There is one. I think it's worth hundreds of dollars with Johnny Ray on it. But this is the correct one. I'm thinking this is a box set. They don't have packs of it. Could be wrong on that. 84 Donruss Strawberries. These look pretty good, you know. I was hoping for 9s. So a couple 9s. And this one's centered really good. So I might just keep this second one for the collection. I'm not a huge strawberry fan, but I do think this is an important card from the 80s. Here's your Frank Gore Flagship. This is a decent card too. $35, $40 in a 10. Okay, we've got some upper deck Griffeys, so we'll kind of see how these did. That's pretty solid. This card's shot up in the last 2 weeks, so pretty good grade for the right to left center. This not the best centered card, so I'll probably sell this one in auction. I've kind of become a centering, I don't want to say snob, but I'm going to say snob. I think these are 8s, yeah. So here's some 8s, which It's not terrible. I see a lot of people send these in and get 6s. I think they're missing some of the crazy defects on the back that you can get. A lot of people say to get a 10, the hologram has to be completely on there. I'm pretty sure I have a couple 10s at home where it's torn just like that, so I don't know about that theory. But the star rookie. There's Lamar Jackson. This is the Elite Aspirations 92. Out of 92 there on the bottom. That's a 10. Here's Jeter. This card's definitely cooled off. But here's a mint 9. More star rookies. Another 8. A nicely centered 8, you know? I mean, some of these 8s look awesome. Picked up for a fraction of the price of a 10. And then the last one got an 8, so 1 9 and 4 8s. Some of these are coming out with scuffs, which, I mean, I don't expect perfection, but we'll see if we can clean those off later. Here is an 8 in the Donruss. I mean, we're kind of getting shabby here. And an 8 Donruss Griffey, so kind of a tough run there. This one looks okay. It looks more like an 859. Okay, Jackson. That's a PSA 10 and the gold to 25. Nice swatch there. It's showing, I think, purple, gold, and white. So that is certified 18. Love that product every year. This is from a box set. I got some of these traded box sets in and just pulled some of the ones out I thought looked decent. This Will Clarke had great centering side to side. Mint 9 on the Clarke. Albert Bell. Leaf rookie. I don't think this has much value in a 10. Look at his face though. Looks pissed. That's a mint 9. We've got Champ Bagley. That's actually a really good card. He's in the Hall of Fame now. And this is the Tops Chrome Refractor in a 10 with nice shine. Here's a Bagley Prism Otto from 2018. 10. Here's the orange Prism die cut of Lamar Jackson, mint 9. That one's out of 249, I believe. Yep, 249. Young Guns, Austin Matthews. That's a sweet one. PSA 10. That would be 2016, 2017. Here's a Hall of Fame lineman, Jonathan Ogden. Kind of an interesting photo, sitting on the stairs there. So a mint 9 with the afro. I think this card's gone up a lot. Maybe it's the Topps Gold, but these all looked really good. I got like 5. I broke a box of this, and I got like 5 Shaq rookies. It's crazy, but 3 of them looked good. That one's not centered that good. This one's really good on the top, and then this one slightly off, but mint 9s on those. Emmitt Smith, 99 Stadium Club in a 10. Bowman Interstate Moss in mint 9. That's a really nice one. That is the SP Authentic Excitement Edge to 250 and a mint 9. Just a slight white on those corners, but I think it is worthy of a 9 and not worthy of a 10. Okay, there's a few of these coming up. So, the Stars young defenseman, Miro Heiskanen. This is his Future Watch auto. these are just highly collectible cards in the hockey hobby. These because you know there is, you know, 999 of them, so they're not like impossible to get, but they are somewhat limited. And the auto, it's SP Authentic, and the autos are on card. So just awesome job by Upper Deck on these. Couple nines, yeah, nines, and then a third 9, I think. Yeah, there's your third 9. Here's a Kamara. That is Prism Gold. To 10 on the back there. 6 of 10. Mint 9. We've got a couple Tatises. This is the Heritage High Number Action. So here is a Mint 9. And the second one is a 10. Continuing on, Champ Bailey Sign of the Times, Mint 9. Actually, it's Players Inc., excuse me. Here is the red, white, and blue Prism of Lamar. This is the Bowman Chrome Refractor. It's numbered on the front there to 499. Nice shine on this one, though. Bowman's Best, Andre Johnson from 2003. That's a neat looking card. That one got an 8. Pacific Aurora Brady, an 8. You see that right to left and that way, so it's probably all centering on this one. So I think it was graded accurately for sure. Here's a Moss. Somewhat of a deceptive set, this Bowman one. This black bottom is the main problem. It's just little chips here and there. Here's a Rookie and Stars Moss in a 9. This is a tough pull. I think the rookies are 1 and 4. So 6 per hobby box, and I want to say the rookie subset has at least like 70 players. I'll have to check the checklist after this, but do the math on that. Here's I would say 1 or 2 per case. Here's a Wave of the Future. So that card, that Moss card's very underrated. I can't stop talking about the Moss. Wave of the Future 8. So this card shot up, as it should. It's a neat card. Here's a Breeze and an 8, Pros and Prospects. So here's a Fitzgerald 10. That's your 2004 Tops Flagship, and that one looks centered really well. Sometimes I'll get back 10s of this set, and they're kind of off-centered a little, so it looks more like a 9. Here's the Vic. This is probably scratched. I mean, you know, a lot of these cards I don't have crazy expectations. You know, the bottom of the barrel grade I would want to get as an 8, so I kind of send them in, pay the lower end bulk fee, and the card is slabbed. And then if I go to sell it, it has a grade on it already. So it's just easy to sell stuff when it already has a grade on there. There's really no debate. Here's an Upper Deck 8. I mean, if it's slabbed, then the PSA says it an 8. And in PSA's opinion, on that day, it was an 8. And that's kind of the period. If you want to snap it and resend, you can. But here's another Flagship Fitzy. That's a 9. So we saw the 10. Here's a 9. Star Rubies 8 of Pasternak. That's 14-15 Showcase. Tougher pull. I think this one had a little foil issue on the front or back. See how that foil can wreak havoc. It's an interesting one. Laser Prism Saquon in a 10. I believe this is a retail exclusive type of card from maybe a Walmart box or something. Here's an Elite Series Bonds. That's sick. I'm going to keep this one in the PC. I mean, this how cool is this card? 93 Donruss Elite. So I've actually pulled a few of the Elites from 93 Donruss because I break a lot of it. But they're kind of tough pulls, so it shows you how many 93 Donruss boxes they actually made. Here's a Russell Wilson PSA 10 from Elite. It's 2012 Elite. This is sick. 98 best out of 400 there. I think there's atomics out of 100. But here's the Refractor in a 9 of Bonds, so I'll probably keep that one too. Some neat Bonds cards. Ed Reed, his Bowman Chrome Auto Rookie in a 9. Very solid with that one. That is on card, I believe. And Star Rookie, Ichiro. Ichiro Star Rookie in a 9, so solid. All right, hockey. Oh, this is an interesting one. It's double materials. It looked pretty good. Gretzky and Connor McDavid from SPX 18. It's out of 99 there on the bottom, but thicker card, so I didn't know if the condition would be that great when it came in, but it looks pretty good. A couple of these Vlads. This is the missing card number. Tops just came out and said we just forgot to put it on there. So 10 and a 9. This is neat. Michael Thomas Gold. Love these Prism Golds. They're just awesome. So there's a 10 on that one. This is a Bryce Harper Action from 19 Heritage. That would be the Heritage high number. That one got a 10. With these Heritage cards on the actions, this bottom edge and corner is the main problem I see. Centering too. That's cool. Kyler Elite to $6.99. From the box set, a bow. I think that's top to bottom. See how it says Royals? There needs to be more black shown above Royals, and this bow needs to be down just a tad. Aside from that, maybe the back looks clean. The back centering is kind of rough too, so I don't think this is a 10 at all. Here's an Eli's Score from 2004 and a 9. So future Hall of Famer. Finest Tatis. This is probably like a 95% pop set. Just quality control is great. Cardstock's thick. Things are going to go well for you. Stadium Club Chrome. Pujols. It's 2019 Stadium Club Chrome. Okay, we'll kind of go through these quick. So Tatis Finest. 1, 2, 3. Bowman Griffey's in here. 9. So this is an auto 9 card. I'm not saying it's a 10. I'm just saying it. These always get 9s. Looks pretty good. Another Tatis. 1990 Bowman. That's shabby. An 8. Huh. Not sure what happened there. That's rough. And another 8, so I don't know. What happened with these? Interesting. I'll have to take a look at these off camera. 'Cause I open a lot of this and I just know that set. Here's a Heritage Alonso and a 10. And a Griffey Bowman, be a 9, an 8. All right, continuing on. Hockey. Bowman Chrome. I don't know why I'm so quiet. Pasternak. That's 2014 UD Premier. $249. Here's some McGuire Tops. These will probably be 8s. That's rough. 7. Maybe it's tilted. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's tilted. That's why it's a 7, because it's a looks like an 8.5 to 9 condition wise, but with the tilt, here's an 8. So I mean, this is an extremely tough set. If you ever buy these raw, you're gonna buy a bunch of 5s to 7s. But the USA McGuire and an 8. That's cool. Cal Ripken, 91 Bowman. Staying with 91. Here's Griffey and a 9. Right to left's not perfect, so maybe that's it. Here's Mahomes' score. I think this has a pretty decent secondary value, this Mahomes scorecard. And a second. That's cool. Edge MVP, 99. Bowman Chrome Manning rookie. Card number 1. Mint 9. Heritage high number Tatises. So these are 9s. 9 and a 9. There's like 5 of these. 9 and an 8. So I don't know what's going on with these. Interesting. And a 9. Here's a Lynch red and a 9. That's the red Prism. Those are around 7 to 8 copies. Nick Chubb Prism base and a 10. This Shaq. This is a neat Shaq. So 98 Tops Chrome Refractor and a 9. Very cool. Clean card too with awesome shine. Pinnacle Elway from 96. Dumpster dive in here. And then here's an Aikman. They decided to give that one a 10. Yeah, the 9 and 10s and the older baseball, football cards, there's really not a difference from what I've seen. It's kind of just mood, greater mood in my opinion. Let's take a look at some of these. Okay, so these will just go straight to SGC. Minimum size requirement. The Ripken, Edge, you got the Elite Tomlinson, LeBron Ultra. That's an Alexander Otto, and then this Stadium Club Ray Lewis. So, I mean, out of 500 cards, what is that, 8 or 9? That's not that bad. Kind of feel like PSA just grabs random cards and says, oh, these were, these were short. There's a Boggs Donruss. They gave that a 10. Centering's not perfect. It's more like a 9.5. There's a mint 9 Boggs. Identical to the other one. Huh. Nice shine on this Devers Refractor 9. Quantum Leaf Breeze, mint 9. Here's a Carter Hart. So there's some hockey coming up. Carter Hart, Young Guns rookie in a 10. That's cool. McDavid, OPC Platinum Base, mint 9. Here's the Elite Series Griffey from 95. That's out of 10K on the back. A Barkley Fleer rookie. That's cool. I got an 8. This was definitely snapped, I think, from a Beckett. I think it was a Beckett 8.5. Donruss Edge, mint 9. That's the Rogers blue. I think I got this in a pack. So blues are like 5 or 6 copies. Artifacts McDavid to $8.99 base, mint 9. That's a nice copy. That one's centered tremendously. So Tops Chrome Traded Pujols and a 9. I think we got a Frank Gore coming up here. Frank Gore Ultimate Collection, 2005, a mint 9. Nice card. Here's a Derek Carr Contenders. I think this is the base one, and there's a variation with a different photo where his helmet's off. I could be wrong on that. Here's some Tops Traded Griffs. So we'll start off with this one. This one got an 8, which is actually pretty bad for this set. And an 8 on this as well. I've sent these in for the longest time. I don't think I've ever gotten 8s on these. Could be the top to bottom, but this is a set you should be pulling 9s and 10s on this set. It's this and Score Traded are I think the 2 easiest. Griffey Rookies to grade from 89. There's a 9. Another 8, so top to bottom maybe. And a 9, so. Tens also could be shut off on this card. It has shut up a lot. Bo Jackson 9 with the Fleer. Here's a metal Rice 9 from 95 metal. McGuire Donruss. So this is a card you're kind of looking for a 10 on something like this. In a 9, it's probably worth $5 or $6. In a 10, it's probably 20. So that's kind of the. There's a Gwynn. And Dave Winfield. So yeah, I'm not sure. 50-50 centering. No idea. Bowman Prospects, Bregman. Oh, cool. This is probably a much bigger card than when I sent it. The Refractor Jordan from 97. And an 8. I think it's got a factory line right there. Yeah, see that? It's probably accurately graded. But that's cool. So put that in the PC. Okay, this Frank card. This is going to be 9 City. Because I send in some absolute blazers. That one's 50-50 all around. Razor edges and corners, and it's a 9, so I have no idea. It's another one. I mean, you guys can judge it too. It's close to 50-50 all around. Sharp corners. I mean, that's a 10. Okay, this one looks just like the other ones. They all honestly look almost the same. I bought a lot of 100 from a guy, and I don't know where he got them, but they were like just perfect. So it was weird. There's a 9. So they decided to throw a bone with 110, but that one's not top to bottom, is not as perfect as the other ones, but interesting. Continuing. Star rookie. Here's an 8. These were 6 per hobby box, I think, so tougher pulls. Let's see, there's more than one of this one. Okay, Soto, Heritage High number 2018. Top to bottom's off on these. That's the most prevalent issue, and then the back, bottom edges and corners. So that's the first 2 things to look at with these. There's a 9, a respectable 9, and then another LeBron 8 in the flagship. So here's a Peyton score. Okay, this is, I think we're about done. Yeah. It's the last box. And I haven't looked at them yet if they still have this white in it. I like to peek through some, and then I film some without seeing them. I don't know, I've just been doing it that way for a while. Alright, we got some Fleer Griffeys. 9 on this one. That one's a 9. Top to bottom, I think. See how the Ken's close to the top? I think it's just pushed up too high there. And then another 9. So yeah, see that edge? But I mean, when you pick apart these 9s, you can do the same thing to the 10s most of the time, not all the time. Here's a Boggs 83. I mean, look at that. So probably shouldn't have sent that one in, but it's an 8. Instant Impact Gold to 10. That's a cool Kamara and a 9. Here's some more Boggs cards. There's the Donruss. There's another Donruss. So here's the 10. Let's look at it. I would say right to left's off. Back centering looks good. How does it compare to the 9? It's a little more top border on the 10. Here's a little Kyler out of 25. That's Elite Orange. And then tons of these Donruss, the rookies bonds. So this is going to be a 9 and 8 party. Here's a 9. Here's an 8. Here's an 8. Here's a 9. Here's a 9. Called that one. I'll have to look at these closer. That one's got an edge problem, so can't really say anything until I look at those closer. 92 Classic Best Griffey in a 10. And this is a neat one I'm going to show next. This, hopefully it can get a 9. Yeah, it's cool. Eric Davis rookie. That's 85 Fleer. It's off center, top to bottom, so definitely not a 10. Pretty respectable though. Thicker card. $3.99, the Bowman's Best Reed Refractor, and an 8. And this is probably a decent card on the secondary market. Tatis, Series 2, base. Final card, Acuna, Bowman Prospects. That's the paper. So, I mean, that's it. I thought the order, you know, it was good. There were some nicely graded cards, some that, you know, could have done better on, I guess. There's the stack. Can't really get a good picture of it. Okay, there's with the glare. So, some are already in the store. So, I'll get this one uploaded. Let me know what you think later.